Hello everyone, it's Nicole McIntosh here, your host for Maroon Mindset Podcast. Welcome to the very first episode of 2021. Now, I don't know about you, but I am grateful to be alive in 2021. 2020 was an interesting year, and it was a year of personal growth and development and developing confidence and finding myself. So I want to build on that in 2021. And I have, like everybody else, grabbed the first hours of 2021 to just reflect and recalibrate. So it's a new year, it's a new opportunity to use our life for good in the world. Now I have a platform that I've grown into a brand. It's called Maroon Mindset. It includes this podcast that you're listening to, also my consultancy company, and my social media sharings. And to some extent, it's an alter ego for me, this Maroon Mindset. It's a way of me channeling my inner maroon that sometimes have been hidden or quietened. So I'm finding my voice, and I have found my voice, and it's wonderful to be here to share and to inspire others. Now, in 2021 and beyond, I will continue to use this platform of mine to showcase inspirational people who also go above and beyond for humanity. So tell me if you know anyone who fits the bill. Leave a message or a comment. It's important that we network and share, because it's not an easy ride and we need to have inspiration. I think it's important that we use our talents to glorify God, because without God, we would not be here. He gave us those talents, and it's really important that we use them and count our blessings one by one. So yes, let's use our talents to glorify God. Let's also use failures to motivate us, because we learn so much when we fail, when we don't hit the mark, when things don't work as planned. You learn a lot more than when things go smoothly as we planned. Yes, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but failure teaches us a lot. It teaches us resilience, it teaches us perseverance, it teaches us determination, it teaches us this bounce back ability that we all need to have in this world, because we are going to fail at some point, and we have to learn to use it to motivate. I think if you wait for others to support you, you might die waiting, and it's not about them anyway. So I suggest and I implore everyone to do it for you. Back yourself to win. Be your best supporter, be your number one supporter. Back yourself to win, because there may be nobody else to back you, and you are not going to fulfill your purpose in this world if you don't have confidence, and you'll only get that when you back yourself to win. In Jamaica we say that self-praise is no recommendation, but I want to challenge that to some extent because I think sometimes that has held me back. This thing about self-praise is no recommendation, and waiting for others to see your talent, and being frustrated when they don't, and looking for outward, external validation of your uniqueness and your supremeness. Yes, I think self-praise is recommendation. And I say that for a number of reasons. One, we live in a world of social media, the virtual space, where you are sharing elements of your life, aspects of who you are, and you have to praise yourself. It's a different space, it's a different energy, it's a different vibe, where you have to tell yourself, you have to tell people how your life is. Some of us choose to share a balanced view, where if we're having a downtime, feeling low, we might share to let others know that we go through problems. Some people share only the glossy side and the fake side, and I'm not about that, because that is not real, and kidding yourself and you're heading for depression if that's what you choose to do, to show a fake life. But I think in the social media space, we are to some extent showing what we got, showing what we bring to the table. And that is self-praise. And we're recommending ourselves. We're saying, look at me. And so I think sometimes self-praise can be recommendation. Now, there is an extent to which you have to realize that you can be telling people how wonderful you are, but if there is no evidence to support it, then you are just delusional. And that is not recommended. And that would not fit under the bill of self-praise's recommendation. So you get what I'm saying. But I think it's important that we use our time in this world wisely. I think it's important that we be our best self and that we remove people and things in our lives that don't support us on our journey towards being our best self. And that can be hard. That can be hard because that means sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends. We realize that they don't support our journey, and we need to really be mindful of how we pull ourselves away from people, because it can hurt them if you don't explain. But sometimes no is a full sentence. Sometimes you don't need to qualify. You don't need to explain. The answer is no, and people have to accept that. So yes, I think it's important that you value yourself always. That maroon mindset, that you know that obstacles are going to come and that you rise to the challenge and that you really push as hard as it is. I read somewhere recently that our worst days would have been the best days for our ancestors. Just stop for a minute and think about that. Our worst days would have been the best days for our ancestors. So stop moaning, stop whining, and go out and be your best self. This maroon mindset that I talk about repeatedly, and how proud I am to have this maroon blood. I didn't get here overnight. I didn't know I had it. It came out when I was at my lowest, when I was on the floor, when I had nowhere lower to go. That's when I realized that I had something else in me, some drive, and I found it, and I'm holding on to it with both hands. With all of my being, I'll hold on to that maroon mindset because it keeps me going, and it helps me to support and inspire and motivate others to also keep going. And I'm going to use my life for good. I'm going to use my life to inspire. I'm going to use my life to motivate and to encourage others who are feeling the way I felt, to also know that there's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, that rainbow signifies hope. Yes, we are overcomers. We're warriors. We don't have to make a lot of noise, but we are strong. We're resilient. We're powerful. We're amazing. We're talented. We are awesome. And we need to really this 2021 practice saying and believing these positive affirmations. Muhammad Ali said, I said I was the greatest before I believed it. Practice telling yourself how wonderful you are, and you will be wonderful. The reverse is true. If you tell yourself you are not worthy, that you are a failure, that no one would ever be inspired by you, that's what you become. My coach said to me when I was at my lowest, your assumptions frame your behavior. Your assumptions frame your behavior. If you assume that people want you to fail, you will behave in a way in which you fail. If you assume that people want you to win, that you have a winner in you, you will behave as a winner. So get your space at the table. Use your platform. Be the best version of you that you can be. Be the best you. In this 2021, it's day 2, and I'm telling you, I will be using the time wisely. I'll be using my time wisely. Someone said, you're in a position of authority. You're in a position of influence, Nicole, and people will want your time. But it's up to you to decide who you give your time. And that struck a chord with me because I thought that's so true. I get a lot of people contacting me for different reasons, some valid, some not. And some are distractions, so I need to be careful that I take control of my time and I use it. So not everyone who knocks on the door will get the door open. And that's hard because I'm a giving person. But for 2021, I'm learning the lessons of 2020. And I will always make sure that I use my time wisely and have time for myself always. So let me know if you know anyone who I should team up with for this Maroon Mindset podcast. It would be good to have a full-length episode with someone else to talk, to learn, to share ideas. So leave a message, leave a comment below. Let me know if you know any inspirational people who possess that maroon mindset, who possess that inspirational view of life, of the world, who is inclusive, who values equality, diversity. Let me know. I'm all ears. I'm using my time wisely. So this has been the first episode of 2021 in reflective mode, in anticipatory mode as well, and in ensuring that I assume positivity and I behave accordingly. You've been listening to Nicole McIntosh, your host for the Maroon Mindset podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Until next time, look after yourself. Have a wonderful 2021. Until the next episode.